Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about the connection between gut health and the immune system. And the immune system is very supported by fermented foods. So our bodies are these amazing ecosystems, and the gut, which is often referred to as the second brain, is at the center of it all. Your gut is like a secret garden. It's home to trillions of microorganisms working together to keep you healthy. And I mean trillions. That's a lot. And with your garden, when it flourishes, your body just thrives and your immune system thrives. And it becomes a powerful force ready to protect you from harmful invaders, pathogens. But then what happens if the garden is neglected? Things go haywire. And then that leads to illness, inflammation, fatigue, and it has an enormous impact on your overall health. Now, gut health is the foundation of your immune system. Your gut isn't just this one place where food gets broken down. It's the central hub for your immune system. In fact, about 70% of your immune system resides in your gut. And some people say that's as high as 80 to 90%. But I'm being conservative and saying 70%. So that means when you take care of your gut, you're also giving your immune system the tools it needs to defend your body against harmful bacteria, viruses, and even inflammation. So here's how it works. Your gut barrier acts as a protective wall, keeping harmful substances out of your bloodstream. When the gut barrier is strong, it helps prevent unwanted invaders from slipping through, and a healthy microbiome strengthens that barrier. So there's training ground for your immune cells. The gut is where your immune cell learns to distinguish between friend and foe. The beneficial bacteria in your gut train these cells to respond appropriately so they don't attack your body or overact to harmless substances. And then the anti-inflammatory helpers, these microbes in your gut produce wonderful compounds that just calm down inflammation, supporting your body and staying in balance and keeping it resilient. So the top fermented foods for gut health, I want to tell you all of them because there's so many things that these fermented foods do, and they all do different stuff. So it's really interesting. So I want to explain to you what each one does. So kefir is the first one because kefir is the one that I love the most. And there are many different types of fermented foods, but this one in particular is one of the strongest ones of all. And it was the first one I found. So I want to tell you about some of the strains in kefir. Now, in kefir, there's like 50 plus strains of good bacteria and good yeast, but we're going to go over some of the more important ones. I'd be on this podcast forever if I went through all of them, but here's some of the most important ones. Lactobacillus kefir is found almost exclusively in kefir. It helps protect the gut lining by inhibiting harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli, and it strengthens the gut lining. Another one, Lactobacillus casei, strengthens the body's resistance to infections by regulating the immune responses and promoting the production of anti-inflammatory compounds, helping prevent excessive immune reactions and keeping that immune system intact, knowing which substances are harmful and which ones aren't. Lactobacillus rhamnosus is really strong, enhancing the immune activity. It reduces allergy symptoms. It supports and it helps you to recover from respiratory infections. So that's one of the things that helps calm down the lungs. If you've got, any kind of bronchitis or anything in the lungs that's causing breathing problems, that's one of the important ones that helps that. It's not the only one, but it is very effective in that. Lactococcus lactis also is another great bacteria that is modulating the immune responses, but it also reduces allergy and promotes healthy digestion. Leuconostosis menestроides produces antimicrobial compounds that inhibit pathogens, help prevent infections, and support the gut health. Another one, Lactobacillus helveticus, helps to stimulate the production of immune cells, such as natural killer cells, enhancing the body's ability to fight infections. Lactobacillus coelobeos aids in digesting complex carbohydrates, improves nutrient absorption from those carbohydrates, and fosters the growth of other beneficial bacteria. Lactobacillus kefir is a kefir exclusive strain that's only in kefir that helps maintain a balanced microbiome by producing kefirin, which has anti-inflammatory and immune regulating effects. It also supports your digestive health and may help alleviate gastrointestinal discomfort. Another one, Lactobacillus kefir, supports immune health by producing or by boosting the production of short-chain fatty acids, and those reduce inflammation throughout the body. Short-chain fatty acids are so important for health, but they also produce antimicrobial compounds that enhance the gut's defense system. And I have written a whole article on that if you want more information on that, on short-chain fatty acids and how many of them are in fermented foods. And those are very important components of a healthy immune system. Now, we also have a few beneficial yeast in kefir that are also very important because people tend to think all yeasts are bad because they think of candida when they think of yeast. But you have as many yeast in your body as you do bacteria, and they all perform things for you that you need. It's just like bacteria, if something gets out of balance, then you have the wrong kind of yeast flourishing instead of the good ones. And so kefir helps bring that into balance. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Derica anomaly and Britoanices anomalus. They play a role in fermenting polyphenols and other plant-based compounds, transforming them into bioavailable forms that really help with the detoxification process, so it reduces the body's toxic burden. So these are very powerful yeasts that help you detox, and they are found in kefir. There's a Torulaspora delbrueckii is another bioactive compound that inhibits harmful bacteria and fungi, supporting a balanced microbiome and can help prevent the overgrowth of pathogens like candida, reducing the risk of infections. It too is a good yeast, but it helps keep the harmful yeast in their proper place in the body. Zygosaccharomyces is another good yeast that contributes to a balanced immune response by interacting with the gut-associated immune cells. It reduces inflammation. It helps prevent overactive immune reactions, especially beneficial for those with autoimmune conditions. So often when you have a seasonal allergy or an allergy to something, your body's overreacting and creating an autoimmune response. This is one of the things, and this is a good yeast that helps calm that down. But not only does it do that, it also aids in balancing blood sugar levels. It may improve insulin sensitivity and enhances the stability of probiotic communities, ensuring the microbial balance in kefir remains intact, even in challenging conditions where the kefir's been sitting for a long period of time. This helps to preserve it and keep it strong and good for you, because kefir can last a very, very long time stored in the fridge because of one of these yeasts and the other good yeasts and beneficial bacteria. It preserves the food and makes it very, very safe. Now, in cultured vegetables, there's the biggest bacteria that's in cultured vegetables. It's the most important one, the one that is naturally occurring when you ferment vegetables, but is also like in our culture package, is Lactobacillus plantarum. It is very, very powerful. It's the one you need. It's also slight amounts are in kefir. This is also in kefir, but you don't get as much. You get a huge amount from cultured vegetables. Sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, it's so rich in vitamins and probiotics, but the one standout in all of it is the Lactobacillus plantarum. It just supports the immune system. It acts as a natural balancer, calming excessive inflammation that otherwise could lead to an autoimmune disease. It also produces antioxidants that, shield your cells from damage, providing long-term wellness and vitality. You don't want to stop at sauerkraut. Other cultured vegetables like kimchi, pickles, all the cultured vegetables that we have all have these benefits. And I have a ton of recipes for vegetables that are so good for you and that really help to preserve and make this powerful bacteria something that will help preserve your body and keep your immune system strong. Now, in kefir soda, we have some really good benefits. We have Bifidobacteria in there, and we also have Saccharomyces boulardii. Now, Bifido strains in kefir soda support the immune system because Bifido is one of the things that controls your immune system, so you want that. But it also enhances digestion with their ability to produce anti-inflammatory compounds, which helps improve the gut barrier and strengthens your immune system. And S. boulardii is a good yeast, and it is known for its ability to fight off harmful pathogens. And unlike many bacteria, S. boulardii can survive antibiotic treatments and can prevent diarrhea and infections. Plus, it's the thing that makes kefir soda super bubbly. You can change the flavor and add different juices to make it taste delicious and to kind of fit what you like. And it also protects your body and is one of the more powerful probiotics that's used in hospitals worldwide. S. boulardii is a powerhouse. So S. boulardii is also in kombucha, along with Bacillus coagulans. And kombucha is a fermented tea that provides many probiotics, enzymes, and a lot of antioxidants. Like kefir soda, it has S. boulardii in it. And like I said before, this probiotic yeast is known for fighting off harmful pathogens. Kombucha is an excellent source for immune health as it regulates inflammation, helps the liver detox from harmful substances, and Bacillus coagulans is abundant in kombucha. It is a spore-forming probiotic that offers several health benefits, especially when it's included in fermented drinks like kombucha. Bacillus coagulans promotes a healthy gut by restoring microbial balance and reducing bloating and constipation and diarrhea. It lowers chronic inflammation, boosts immune function, and stimulates protective antibodies. And it improves the nutrient absorption, so you get more when you have that. And additionally, it inhibits harmful bacteria, supports mental health through the gut-brain axis, and enhances resilience to infections. And a lot of people ask me about B coagulans because they want to put it in the SIBO yogurt because Dr. Davis recommends that in his book. But I want to tell you that we have done months of testing on B coagulans in yogurt, and we couldn't get high counts of it in the yogurt. So we just don't recommend adding that strain because you're not really getting anything from it because it was all over the place. One jar we had after months of testing had a higher count, but then we did the exact same thing and it didn't have it. So we decided that we just don't think it works well in yogurt, but it works really well in kombucha. It's already present in there. And if you're looking for that particular strain, that's a good place to find it because it works really well. So let's go on to the yogurts. So L-reuteri and L-gasseri are two very powerful strains that often target immune benefits when consumed through yogurt because it makes it much stronger when it's in yogurt. L-reuteri enhances balance by promoting the production of regulatory T cells, which prevent overactive immune responses and reduce inflammation. It also stimulates the release of antimicrobial peptides, which help the body fight infections, supports gut-brain integrity, and to help keep the pathogens out of the bloodstream. And we love L-reuteri yogurt. So many people are making it. And L-gasseri yogurt, known for its anti-inflammatory effects, it also helps modulate immune responses, reduces the risk of chronic inflammation and autoimmune disorders, and promotes the production of IgA antibodies. Those protect the mucosal surface like the respiratory and digestive tracts, enhancing the body's defense against infections. And you can learn more about L-gasseri yogurt and Yogurt Plus and all of these cultured foods on my site. If you go to my website at culturedfoodlife.com, you'll see a thing that says start here, and you'll see a little smiley pot. Click that. It has a drop down of how to make every food I've talked about. It's all there for you to do, and it's all categorized so you can find things easily. Another yogurt we have is called Yogurt Plus, and that's got a lot of bifidobacteria like the kefir soda. And bifido is one of the most important groups of bacteria when it comes to immune health. It modulates immune responses, produces those anti-inflammatory short-chain fatty acids, and prevents immune overreactions and chronic inflammation. It boosts IgA antibodies, protects the gut, respiratory, and genital tract from infections. It's a very powerful yogurt. And my daughter loves it. She won't go without it. She don't know what's in it, but it helps her so much that she's constantly making it and consuming it. We just love it. Another great thing about enhancing your immune health are HMOs. HMOs are human milk oligosaccharides. They're complex sugars found in human breast milk. But here's the interesting part. Since babies can't digest HMOs, why would they be in breast milk? And the answer is HMOs are food for the beneficial bacteria in the gut, specifically Bifido, which thrive on these sugars. So when a baby consumes the breast milk, HMOs feed the Bifido in the gut, helping this beneficial bacteria to grow and establish a healthy microbiome from the start of life. So the early colonization of Bifidobacteria is so crucial because it trains your immune system. You want to keep that Bifidobacteria strong. So even though we don't consume breast milk as we grow, Bifido continues to play a role in our gut health. It also controls our immune function, and without it, as it diminishes and we grow older, you want to keep this strain strong so it will keep you strong. So now there are HMO supplements available that mimic the function of HMOs in breast milk. These supplements are easy to take. They are fermented. They're not actually human breast milk. That's not in there. It's a fermentable supplement that mimics it and just makes your Bifidobacteria grow like crazy. So we sell that in a powder form, and it works really, really well. And they also put them in baby formulas because they're so good for the babies when their immune system is just getting started. But it's also really good for you. You don't have to take it forever, but it's a great way to get your Bifidobacteria boosted so that it keeps your immune system strong. So now you want to know how to incorporate all these foods I've talked about. And you don't have to add all of them. A few of them is a great place to start. But you can start with a spoonful. If you're new to fermented foods, start by adding a spoonful of sauerkraut or kimchi to your meal. Just add, even the juice works, and just add like a spoonful. It's huge amounts in there, and it works really well. The sauerkraut, you want to make sure that it's fermented and not canned or done with vinegars. Vinegars kills bacteria, so you want the ones that have active cultures in it. You can make your own. It's super easy to do. Or you can buy them at the health food stores now, and they'll say live cultures on them. And just start with a spoonful. Sip on kefir. Place your usual snacks or breakfast with a glass of kefir to introduce beneficial bacteria into your gut. I do it every day. I'm constantly having kefir every day. I mean, I've been doing it for 24 years. And it's one of the best places, best ways to get your morning started with a glass of kefir. I throw some frozen fruit in there. I put a little collagen powder in there, a protein powder. And I guys, I'm so excited today. I've gotten a bunch of persimmons. They are my favorite food. If you haven't tried them, they're fabulous. And okay, let me just tell you about this because I love it so much. So I had never had persimmons before until just recently, like the last 7 years. And the cool thing about persimmons, they are huge amounts of vitamin A in there, but they have a lot of vitamins and minerals. But the cool thing is you can freeze them whole and they don't get hard. They stay soft. So I just throw them in my freezer, and then when I want a smoothie, I just cut it into fourths, and it's soft, so it's easy to cut, and it makes the most wonderful smoothie, kefir smoothie, and I just love it. It tastes like honey, and it is loaded. They're orange. There's different kinds of persimmons. The ones I do, I think they're the Fuji. There's I think there's two kinds of hyanthus and a Fuji persimmon. I like them both. You got to be careful of the one because if it's not ripe, oh my gosh, it could destroy your mouth because it has, I don't know why, but if it's not, you want to make sure they're ripe. The other one doesn't do that, but I do love it when it gets soft. I can literally scoop a spoon into that and eat it like pudding straight out of the freezer. So, okay, so that's my pitch for persimmons just because I love them. And I didn't know about them for many years. And this is persimmon season. So if you haven't tried them, I give you a heads up to go get them and let them get really, really soft on the counter, and then you can freeze them. You want them almost mushy, but they make fabulous, fabulous kefir smoothies. I have I've got so many right now. It's ridiculous, but I freeze them and I have them all through the winter. I think they help boost my immune system because there's so much vitamin A, which is crucial to, during colds and flus and around. You want lots of vitamin A in your diet, and they're also very, very delicious. So, okay, off my thing on that. Now, you can swap your sodas that you're drinking for kombucha, kefir soda, and instead of sugary drinks, opt for these great drinks that hardly have any sugar at all, and they're probiotic in nature. People loved to drink these for thousands of years because their water wasn't always safe, so they would ferment their stuff into wines or other things. But they also kombucha was a safe way to consume the tea and the water that they used because it would be fermented, filled with probiotics and beneficial yeast. And you guys, it helps you get off of those harmful sodas that people drink. The diet ones are as bad as the regular ones filled with sugar because chemicals are super hard on you and cause all kinds of problems. But regular sugary soda drinks with fructose corn syrup, they're really bad for you. But these have replaced that for me many, many years ago for my whole family. We love them. We have them all the time. I'm actually making a new one. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, so I've got a new one that I'm making that I'll share with you soon. Just for the fall, that I like to try different ones at our meals, and they're so good. Another thing that you can do is I have all those yogurts. I use them for dessert all the time. Sometimes I'll add a scoopful of jam on it or some berries, and I have a whipped kefir topping recipe if you haven't tried it, and it tastes like dessert. I use it for dessert a lot. One of my favorite things, what I did, I've been doing this all week, is I have lemons, and I freeze them, and then I take a microplane grater and I grate the whole, not the whole lemon because usually it's too much, but a quarter of the lemon and the peel into my yogurt. And it's so good. It's called frozen lemon kefir or yogurt. You can put it in either one, but it is one of my favorite ways to have yogurt. And then I'll put a little tiny bit of either honey or I'll put some date sugar on there. I also like monk fruit. That gives it a really unique, really good flavor. Anyway, I do it all the time because sometimes I'm hungry for something and sometimes I want like a dessert or something, but honestly, it's so good. I just make it like a dessert, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And we make a lot of yogurts, a lot. So I always have a lot of yogurt around, but it's a fun way to get something that really is satisfying and good for your body. So it's like, just whether it's a glass of kefir, a spoonful of sauerkraut, or a bowl of homemade arugula yogurt, remember that you're not just eating food, you're nourishing your gut, fueling your immune system, giving your body the love and care it deserves. And you can start feeling the benefits by simply incorporating a variety of fermented foods into your daily routine, or just one of them. You could just do one. You don't have to do all of them. I love them, so I do them because I get so many benefits from them all. But the wonderful thing is that, guys, when you really start to give your body the things it needs and give up the things that are harming your body, you soar. I really think it helps to connect you to everything, to the people around you. You start to feel better. You start to feel more love, and that creates that oxytocin in the brain that creates more compassion for others and gives you this sense of well-being that you so rightfully deserve. We don't feel that. I didn't feel that until I started these foods. I didn't have that sense of well-being in me that told me that everything was okay. And I can handle more stress and more things in my life that are happening that are influencing me from the outside in, because I can stay calm and know that, I'm okay. My body's okay, and it can handle some of the things that I normally would freak out about. So I've been doing this a long time, and something I've really learned is that the more I incorporated these foods and got rid of the things that were harming me, everything got better. And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally and also energy-wise, and my ability to give to others just started to increase. I had a letter today from somebody who said that there was no way that I was doing Botox and facial surgeries And honest, guys, I have never done any of that. But I think it's just from having kefir for, I don't know, 23, 24 years. I think it makes you glow from the inside out. I think it's helped my skin. It's helped me feel, and I feel happy. And I think that's another thing that helps you to look better. So I don't know. Maybe it's not the cultured foods, but it's the only thing I've done consistently that I can think of that would make a difference. But I haven't done those things. I haven't done any of those. And I barely use anything on my face. I mean, I use, I cleanse it and then I put a moisturizer on, but I'm not a big, I have some nice things that I put on to keep it moist, but I don't use a bunch of different skincare products because I actually found a really good one a year ago that's made from natto, which is fermented beans that just is wonderful. It keeps my skin really moist. And you can find that on my website if you're interested in that. But honestly, it's not just, how you digest your food and all those things. It creates this wellness within you that's your birthright. It creates the feelings of well-being. Your brain works better. You're happier. You have less responses to stress. You can handle things better. So, and I guess it makes my skin look better because people ask me about that all the time. But that's just, honestly, it's just who I am. I've just done it so long. And these foods have just changed my life so much I can't imagine a day without them. I just reach for them guys, I'm still doing it. And it's been a long time. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding as to how I feel. And I'm not going back to that other life that I had before these foods because I felt horrible. So that's just my 2 cents. There's no science behind whether it's helping my skin or not, but I just wanted to say that this is what you're seeing is the real me. I'm not trying. I do know some people that have done some stuff who promoted their products and then went and had surgery, and I am never going to do that. That's just not who I am. I want you guys to know that I eat these foods and I have been eating these foods for 23 years, almost 24. It's almost at the 24 mark. And when you love something and you live it and you consume the foods that you're talking about, the people who are looking for this will find you. And that is exactly what has happened to me. People who are needing my help. And somebody asked me the other day, my company has really grown, would you ever sell out? And I said, no, because it gives me purpose. It gives me the purpose to help people. And I really want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want people to feel better because they have come my way. And if I make this world a better place because things that cause me so much pain and suffering, I've turned those around into something that can help others. That gives me focus, it gives me purpose, it gives me meaning in my life, and that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. I love these foods. They changed my life, and I cannot stop talking about them because I can't live without them. They've done those 100 trillion microbes that call me and you home. All they care about is you. They're here to help and assist you. They were placed inside of us for a reason. So, okay, I don't mean to turn this into a sermon, but I really am passionate about these foods because they have changed my life. And I hope you can feel that. So I just want to encourage you to take care of your microbes and they will take care of you because they're placed in you for a very important reason. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you next time.